All right, welcome everyone to another installment of the Kubernetes 119 release team meeting. My name is Taylor Dolezal, yeah, let's get right into it. This is a Kubernetes meeting, so we do abide by the Kubernetes Code of Conduct, which simplifies down to please be excellent to one another. I am going to grab the meeting agenda and plop that into our chat. So if you have not filled that out, please take the chance to do so. Boom. Stephen just beat me to it. All right. Cool. I have a couple fun updates today, and we'll get to that at my section. Let's kick it off with enhancements. Nabrun.
Hello everyone, good morning. So we are yellow. The reason we are yellow is we went through all of the enhancements that are being tracked and found out several of them, to be exact 12 of them, that we think that they might miss code freeze. So we mark them as at risk right now. We will talk to the SIG leads and the respective assignees of the enhancements about what is the progress, how is it going, do they need to be bumped preemptively to the next release cycle, or what can we do to help them out in getting the feature ready. Talking in terms of numbers, we are still tracking 43 enhancements, 13 in alpha, 18 beta, and 12 stable. That's all on my side. Any questions or comments?
Thank you, Navarun. Yeah, it's as we go through this week, I can, we can all help out with taking a look at those and seeing what actually makes it into the release, and if there's anything we can help out with or follow up on that front to make sure that we have a good count there and that everyone knows if their feature will be in the release or not. Awesome.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. CI Signal with Dan.
Hey folks, hope everyone's having a good Monday thus far. So we are red. It's still the SIG scheduling issues. The PR that was mentioned on Friday got merged, but unfortunately it revealed another issue. So there is a PR open right now. It's past CI, just waiting to get the looks good to me from the SIG scheduling folks. So hopefully those will clear up. That's going to fix both of the failing tests on master blocking. Kind IPv6 is also failing, but it's passed. It's just super flaky. And then also a number of the failing ones on master informing, including the CAP-G job and GC Costmaster serial are also due to that same SIG scheduling issue. So hopefully those will clear up. The other main things that I've carried over from last week, the OpenStack PR, we've mentioned this a few times now. They were not running a multi-node cluster, which was causing the conformance test to fail. They have merged a PR to update that. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure how their job configuration works over there, so I'm kind of having to rely on their team. But that was merged, so hopefully we'll see a fix there soon. And then the cluster API AWS PR has been opened and is under review. So hopefully we'll get that job up and running again soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dan. Any questions for CI Signal or for Dan? Also, nice haircut. Not sure if he's on the chat, but +1. All right. Bug triage with Karen.
Hi. Numbers are the same, pretty much holding for the last week or so. I think it's probably going to start escalating to SIG team leads to start getting in motion. A lot of these bugs don't seem to have a lot of activity. So otherwise, yellow.
Gotcha. Thank you so much, Karen. Any questions for bug triage or for Karen? All right. Moving on to docs with Divya.
Hello, everyone. A very good day to everyone on the call. So the status for docs is green. And just to highlight, we got at the last minute that 2 of our PRs have gotten merged. And yeah, that's about it from my end. Open to any questions or queries that everybody has.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Divya. Moving on to release notes with Alan.
Yeah, hi everyone. Hope everyone is doing good. So release notes were green. No changes as of today. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Any questions for release notes or for Alan? All right, moving on to comms with Max.
Yeah, right. So we are currently green. We got the confirmation for at least 5 feature blocks. Still waiting for a handful more of confirmations on some other 6, so we should be fine with that. Also for the release block, we started to get a more deeper communication with the CNCF. Checking the dates around the KubeCon, that we do not collide somewhere. And there should be also some meeting, I guess, in at least in 2 or 3 weeks with you together also, Taylor, to lay down and nail down the exact dates for having also the interviews and analyst calls and whatever will come there.
Excellent. Always fun. I did see your note too about the changing one of those blocks of text, and I'll be taking a look at that a little bit later today.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Max. Any questions for comms or for Max? All right, moving right along to release branch management. Would anyone like to speak on behalf of release branch management?
Me? I guess I'm on the call.
We have a taker.
So branches are looking good. We should be on track for the next cut is RC0, I believe. RC0, right? So that is actually the branch cut. So be aware that the workflow changes once we hit this branch cut. Usually we do the branch cut at the beta 0 release, but we've kind of shifted our tooling to do the branch cut at RC. What this means is that people looking to merge PRs into the release will have to start doing cherry picks at that point. Yeah, we should think about that a little bit because that's shifted. So we usually do branch fast forwards between once we hit beta 0, we cut the x.y branch and then fast forward master into that branch for a period of time, and then later in the cycle we move into cherry picks only for the branch, right? So because we've moved this a little further out, we need to talk about exactly when we want to, how long we want to do cherry picks, how long we want to do branch fast forwards for, and when we want to start the cherry pick period. So let me look at the calendar, get back to you. I'll sync up with Taylor and the team and chat a little bit about that, because I know we said we wanted to do it, but we didn't set a specific time that we were going to start doing it. But outside of that, I'll talk about some Go stuff in the open discussion because that will affect this release quite a bit. So stay tuned.
Always fun. I always look forward to the Go version bumps for sure. Like talking with people. Thank you so much, Stephen. Any questions for release branch management or for Stephen? Thank you very much. I know that Tim is not going to be able to make it. I know he's got a conflict today. He said he put in the notes, nothing much to discuss. As always, if anyone has questions about anything that we're doing, I'm here to help at tpepper on Slack. So please be sure to hit Tim or any of our team up if you have any questions whatsoever. Release lead update. So we have on July 6th, the docs PR ready for review. Then shortly after that, within that same week, we have code freeze happening on July 9th. I know we're going to be talking about share picks and a couple other items around that. Then after that, we have July 16th on Thursday, docs deadline. And so those are the milestones that we have coming up that we need to hit. We are 8 weeks out. We already covered that in the intro section. And this Wednesday, I know, is Canada Day, so we'll have some team members off for that. On Friday is July 4th, observed here in the U.S. I think that it makes sense to still have the meeting, and if, no pressure to join because it's the holiday, but if anyone has any updates, I'll still be around and collecting that feedback. It doesn't have to be a long meeting. We can kind of get that captured just because we're 8 weeks out. Other than that, SIG scalability. I'm not sure if Matt is on the call. It doesn't look like he is. He left a note, 629, scalability jobs look good. No regressions as of now. Any questions on those fronts? All right, moving into open discussion. As always, we do have our retro link live and are always happy to get your feedback and just anything that you really appreciated about the release, felt it was more friction than it should be, and other ways we can go about solving problems on that front. Would love to get your feedback there. It's always best when it's fresh on the brain to get it put into Google Doc as a good second brain choice. I'd like to open it up for any other items, and then I can round it out with a couple of these marked items here in the agenda. So any other, anything parked for later, anything not on the agenda that anyone would like to cover? Cue Jeopardy theme song music. Okay. Moving on to Lori's comment, reminder to leads to schedule time with her to help offload work. I know that Lori's been hard at work creating that document and kind of sourcing feedback and getting a lot of action plans and items together to make these releases easier. So please check that link out. It's in the docs. Lori also left a note, release team docs editing, ping on the email thread if you want to help. So not sure if you wanted to add anything else to that, Lori, but
No, just the email went out today. You probably saw it. It went over on the release team group. So I think Adolfo picked up a item on the release notes part of the release team docs. So we have one more area of those docs owned now. So keep it coming.
Cool. Congrats on the new PM role within SIG release as well. I'm very excited to.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I think this is the first meeting that you might have been where I was official. So thank you. Yay.
So big thank you to Lori overall for all the work that you've been doing. It's been a short amount of time that you've been here, but you've already made tremendous impact across the SIG and across the project. For people who are not aware, who have not met Lori before, Lori is awesome. Lori is our new program manager for SIG release. So she's going to be working on a lot of the, you've already seen the prioritization and issue triage work that she's been doing. You have probably seen some of her emails and Slack threads. So what we decided to do, because this role doesn't really exist in the community at all, Lori is going to be kind of leading the charge as the community's first ever official program manager. What that means is there are lots of unknowns, and it's kind of one of those things where you'll be defining your own role as we kind of wade into this. But I want to make sure that I want to say this and have it recorded. Please give Lori your attention when she asks you to do something. This is all to help make our lives easier. And she's really good at what she does. So please take a little additional time. If it's technical versus something that Lori asked you to do, please prioritize the thing Lori asked you to do, because it's going to make our lives better overall. So thank you, Lori. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the SIG officially in an official capacity, and looking forward to more from you.
Thank you so much. It's really been great to work with everybody. I think I've worked with everyone now in one of the sessions. Some folks weren't able to make it, but we still dialogued over Slack. So I'm just really having a great time helping and working with all of you. Yay.
Huge +1. Thank you so much, Lori. Thank you so much, Stephen.
Oh, Team Kubernetes.
Kubernetes Unite. Any questions for Lori or for Stephen on that front? Also, Laura, I'm very happy to see that none of those sticky notes behind you have any passwords on them. That's fantastic. That's a
Oh,
huge
yeah.
plus.
This is an actual Zoom background.
That's so good. All right, moving on to the next agenda item. Go 115. Did I read that right?
Yes. So we've got something interesting coming up, and so every cycle or so we play this dance with the next Go minor version, deciding exactly when to update it, if to update it at all for that, for the .0 release, and how exactly to do it, who needs to be involved, all of that good stuff. So we've wrapped our hands a bit more around the process in the last few cycles, which has been awesome to see. The Go 113 updates went pretty smoothly. In comparison to the past. The 114 update was pretty difficult, going to be honest. That was a PR that I opened in February and only merged recently, maybe like 2 weeks ago, maybe less. So there are lots of moving parts when we think about updating Go, and it's really important to try to get it in at a point in the cycle where SIG scalability can still do scale testing, and we're getting lots of good signal and cleaning up bugs related to the new version ahead of time. So something really interesting is happening for 114. Now that it's in, it's almost immediately useless. There's there's some things, there's some technical bits that we have to worry about that are fixed in 115. So we're going to be trying to get Go updated to 115 for the Kubernetes 119 release cycle. This is going to create a variety of problems because our previous release branches are in 113.9 right now, which means we not only have to figure out how to get 115 updated quickly, especially being given the fact that it's not released yet. Which is exciting. So this is going to be the first time that we are attempting to do updates on a pre-release of Go. So expect a little rockiness there. CI signal and bug triage be on high alert for certain things. Process hasn't started yet. I still need to look at a few bits before we get started with it. But essentially, there's going to be Go weirdness. There's going to be Bazel weirdness, weirdness, static check failures, vet failures, lots of things to just in general look out for. I'll try to keep open line of communication, consistently update the team on what's going on. This one is going to be interesting, is the short version, and then we're going to have to figure out how to potentially pull it back into previous release branches. So given the Go release cycle and given the Kubernetes, given the Go support cycle and release cycle, and given the Kubernetes support cycle and release cycle, we need to stay pretty close to Go's most recent N version. So the attempt for the other branches to update that to 115 is kind of important because we essentially need to skip one. Did I say 114 or 115? 115 in the previous release branches because we probably need to skip 114 and the previous ones, and we need to keep as close in line to their to what's going on upstream there. So stay tuned for lots of funkiness. I think it's the nicest way to say it. Yeah.
Yeah, you say statically linked, I say funkiness. Awesome. Any questions for Stephen or around the Go 115 changes? All right. Well, don't forget that this is the final countdown, everyone, that we are 8 weeks out. Please raise up any questions, comments, concerns to your team, your leads. We'll be happy to help out. Otherwise, I hope you all have a happy Monday. And no matter where you're at with your day, even if it's almost to a close, have a wonderful week. we will see y'all on Wednesday. Adios.